All right, thanks for joining, everyone. So we are on part 8 of Let's Build a Psychiatric Website. So in part 7, I placed an under construction site on the client's deployed production site, gave an under construction component. Since that time, I've done a bunch of work, and I'm not going to go over all the things that I have done. Some of that's just offline and proprietary, but you are going to get to see a bunch of it. A lot of it is plugging in content, plugging in real pictures, real content. Here you can see I'm on localhost. So this is actually a mix of real and mock content. So for example, on the top left, Dr. Patricia Lafont is a fictitious character. In the center right, meet Dr. Kalandarian. This is the actual psychiatrist for whom I'm developing the production site. And of course, there is a proprietary repository and an open source template as well. So we're kind of getting two birds here and extracting some open source components as a positive side effect of this client work. So this, I'll show you, here is the client site in prod right now. You can go visit it, hkalandarianmd.com. I know the access code, you may or may not. And this is what you'll see today. You can see in the top left, in this case, Dr. Ripsmi Kalandarian, awesome name. This is the state of the site as demoed to the client during a final or semi-final demo. That is, I told the client, hey, I think it's ready to go. Let me know if you have revisions, and then we will release. And so I do have some revisions. Some of the revisions we were able to do right then and there during the demo, which is one of the cool things of working with kind of like a freelancer as opposed to an organization. A freelancer will be empowered to make style updates kind of on the fly, where a developer in your typical organization will be lucky to even be doing the client demo. Often demos are run by non-developers. But if the developer is demoing, they're often part of a team and not empowered to single-handedly implement requirements. Usually it needs to go through kind of a lengthy process. So that's what we're doing today. We are implementing the polishing changes. So let's hop to it. And then this is hopefully going to be the last segment in the series. Are you creating a CMS for that website? No. Or you'll be updating the content for her. Yeah, it's just markdown files. So in theory, it's simple enough that even a non-technical client can update it. But yeah, if she wants me to, I'd be more than happy to. But my ideal here is not that I am sort of like doing routine work. That's not my strategy at all. I actually I don't enjoy that. And I think it doesn't scale well. I would be having to do like too much work. Okay, so let's close these and get to the localhost. Oh, by the way, next Netlify Psychiatric is the open version. And then HK-Psych is the closed version. Okay. And there is a, on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist. So let's go ahead and put that on the front of the channel, make it easy for y'all to find. Cool. So that will be, I guess the 1, 2, 3, it'll be the third, should be the third playlist on my YouTube channel going forward. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there it is. And so we're currently on part 8, and this will probably be the last part. Here's localhost, and we have 2 prods. I only need 1 prod. This is a dated prod because I should have a contact link in the upper right. Cool, just had to refresh. Yep, and if I click, it scrolls me down to the contact section. Okay, great. So that is the like most recent previous commit that I pushed before the stream. So prod's up to date. How much JS do you need to know to learn React? I recommend that people start picking up React once they know the DOM API, the document object model, creating elements, selecting elements, updating, deleting. So React is going to abstract a lot of that complexity and replace it with like this nice HTML-like syntax and these things called hooks and a functional model. It's just a lot cleaner, as well as your state management is really clean compared to when you're doing things in vanilla and everything's in the global scope and it's terrible. Okay, so here is local. And I'm going to bring up my email of change requests in the other screen. So like y'all should not be able to see my email, but I'll just kind of tell you what I'm doing one at a time. First off, we need to update the Google Maps. Yeah, API scroll is done, and we want to do some mobile style updates. Google Maps API key update. I'm going to do that offline. Yeah. Just one color for the title background and alternating with white on all the pages. Just one color for the title background and alternating with white on all the pages. Ah, okay, I think she means the titles of each page. So currently, you can see this is, it's called Desert Rose or Desert Sand, this background color. And then it goes to this sort of like a brownish gray. I forget what the name of all these colors are. Anyway, but if we go over here to the About page, that background title has a different color. So I think she is saying that she would like them all to be the same color. I really like the very light version of Desert Sand called Isabel instead of Timberwolf. Okay, so that color is called Timberwolf. Instead of the Timberwolf and Desert Sand combo currently. I like the idea of having just one color and alternating with white on all the pages. Okay, so it seems to me that we are completely getting rid of this Timberwolf color. Cool. Great, I think I understand that. So let's go ahead and write this in the handy dandy notepad. So this will be post stream, and this is going to be something that I only do on the Netlify side in prod. We don't need to update that key in dev. Mobile, this will be up to 1 hour end of stream. So we're going to try to knock out all of the change requests and then up to an hour of bonus time of just making it mobile friendly. Are you using Next.js? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, so this is so I'm going to rephrase this as drop Timberwolf from theme, alternate white and Isabeline backgrounds. Cool. Remove the doctor from the map location. Cool. So basically making those a little more concise. That should be like a 60-second kind of thing. For the contact section, I'm just going to kind of grab all of this, and then we can work off of this notepad instead of going back and forth from email. Cool, cool, cool. There is a bit of formatting on the location. Okay, it's just the location subtitle is in bold. There's a line break there, yeah. Request a consultation. Some of these line breaks got doubled. Okay, cool. And those are mostly just content updates, more so than like requirement changes. So let's start with this color change. Dropped. Let me make sure I have no active changes. I do have one here. This is just an extraneous use router that I don't need. Okay, cool. So this will be chore, remove extraneous, chore extraneous router. Cool. Love routing and SEO support Next.js provides. 100% agree. Oh, Omar, what's up, Omar? Yeah, Omar was here in the past too. Good to see you. Okay, so yeah, next we're going to look for the Timberwolf color, and Timberwolf is being used here. So I'm going to right click and inspect. I wish I had some water. Kind of thirsty. Just got done at the gym. Parched. Okay, so here is the should be the Timberwolf hex. By the way, I'm on, if you're on TikTok, I'm also on YouTube and Twitch. So check one of those out. You'll be able to see the full screen. I woof to code says baths of pop. I think that's supposed to be like I woof to code, like I love to code. Hey, good to see you here. Comment coming in from YouTube. Yeah, so if you're on YouTube or Twitch, you'll be able to see the full screen. Felis says, what do you think about jQuery? I think it's terrible and old. I think jQuery is terrible and old. It was cool in like, what, I don't know, 2011. You can definitely skip it. If you're trying to learn to code now and if you're following like the Free Code Academy curriculum, you can 100% skip the section on jQuery. You're going to be using Query Selector in the Vanilla.js DOM API these days. Tacos. Can I have something to drink? Even just a sparkly water? Okay, cool. So going into VS Code, Control-Shift-F, Control-V, Enter. You see I have HKSpsych specified under files to include. There's a bunch under the files to exclude though. I think it's like excluding too much. No, I'm on Windows and I've noticed the, thank you, the search for Windows like doesn't find stuff basically. Like, I don't know, it has like a limited cache maybe. So I will need to look up the particular component. This is going to be the header, which is part of the page wrapper. So here I'll Control P and look for the page wrapper component in HKSpsych. And let's go to the module styles, Control C, Control V. You can see that I'm fuzzy searching. I'm only searching part of that string there. And VS Code finds it. So cool. And then here is the same hex that I searched, but it was not in the VS Code like searchable memory cache or something like that. So that's a whole problem. But anyway, here it is. And now we want to change it to Isabeline. What is that color? It's in my notepad, isn't it? Isabeline. Okay. And I need to find out where else that color is used. It would be easy if VS Code search was working. Unfortunately, the Timberwolf is also the Favicon color, which is a bit of a pain. So I guess I need to update the Favicon. Oh well. Okay. So F5. The color seems to have not changed, yeah? This is some RGB in this case. Specified in the globals, row colored, yeah. Cool, so that's just another location. This is in the global CSS. I don't mind having a global CSS because it's a small site. Obviously, in a large commercial project, you wouldn't want this, but it's no bigs here. I think there were only 2 or 3 places the color was being used, so I think this is either all of it or there might be one more. Okay, and that looks nicer, doesn't it? It's a lighter color. Let's confirm, but it's pretty obvious that it did go through. So we'll just confirm right here. And here is the hex. Yeah. Bring it back to the notepad, Control F, Control V, and we can see it matches. I'm going to drop my standing desk into sitting mode. Bow. We got strawberry, hibiscus, Nixie sparkling water. Do you have kids? Yeah, I do. I have 2 of them. One boy is 3 years old. One girl is 1 year old. Yo, Brev, you good? Says, hey, what tool/framework do you recommend for creating web dev portfolio? If you go to my TikTok profile, on TikTok, I'm called the CEO of Learn React. So I'm gonna, and then he also says any cool front-end libraries. So I'm gonna suggest you learn React. And then React is a rendering library in terms of frameworks. I'm using Next.js, so I totally commend that to you. Next.js is a framework built on top of React. Thank you for all the likes. Okay, so if I go to the home page, there is this color, right? And then this is, I believe, the final location for the Timberwolf. Cool. It's not in the contact component. Okay, it's in the, how is that being rendered? Contact section, bow, bow, bow. Yep, none of those are explicitly using the background color. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at the index file. This is the home page here. Localhost homepage is specified the index file. Next.js will get better SEO results, right? Since my portfolio is mainly information. The answer is yes. So Next.js supports multiple rendering modes, including static site generation, server-side rendering, and client-side rendering. So you need to make sure that you don't use client-side rendering. In other words, you need to be smart about how you're using Next. But if you do use it correctly, it will give you the best-in-class SEO support in the entire React ecosystem. Cool, cool. And Omar, yeah, Omar is +1ing that. Here, Netlify Psychiatric. Yeah, I don't want it to say that. Head title. I want it to say Dur Variox says, "Heyo, what's up? What's up?" Let's see. Can you remove the doctor and just use and from the bottom of the page and just use this? Okay. So I'll just use this, and then there's also the footer. HK Psych, that is the copyright text. So that's going to be an environment variable, which is in the next config. These are actually specified. These are actually specified in Netlify. So like this file actually doesn't really matter because it's overwritten with whatever is actually in Netlify, but this will make localhost look correct anyway. Okay, so here is localhost F5. No, it's not working. Let's go to the footer. Next public copyright text is right there. I changed the next config. You can see found a change, restart the server. So I just restarted it. I want to see the text populated. I want to see this text populated in the footer, right? And there it is. So that's looking good. And then the other was right here in the Google Maps component. So here's the map component, and we'll just take the doctor out. And then we can see there it is. Okay. Remove doctor from the location tag and from the bottom of the page, and instead just include this. So this is done, deleting that line item. Got a quick question. Why wouldn't the client use something like Wix or Squarespace? I don't know. They don't want to. Maybe they thought that I could build them out a sort of a custom site. So they gave me, like, if you go back to like streams 1 and like prior, they gave me a bunch of reference sites, and they wanted to build something that's basically like a custom hybrid of those reference sites. And the client might rationally have just thought that I could just build that from scratch faster than they could have customized some Squarespace template. Okay, so we still need to drop Timberwolf from theme. And we were looking into this section when I got distracted by the footer. So we're looking at the index page. Here's the index page. Is the color specified? Yeah, and I also got distracted by that head title. So is the color specified in here anywhere? No, right? We simply have the contact component. So I control click into that component. VS Code navigates me to the component correctly. And I just have my eyes peeled for this color. Where's this color coming from? So I don't see it hard-coded in any of the style attributes, which is good. So in theory, it should be right here, except I thought we already looked and didn't see it. Yeah, so we already looked here and didn't see it. Okay, so I could be using a global style again. Contact section is a good candidate because this is like not your normally styled class name. It seems to be that this is an unused class name, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. You know what? It could just be VS Code is not finding the search instance again. So let me refresh and make sure I didn't screw up the style. Okay. The other thing I want to check, am I already using the color? And I just didn't brain properly. So this says that it is a white background, yeah, and this has no color. What if I delete it? Boom. Nope, that is not good. What if I delete? This is like a process of elimination. We're almost like debugging HTML here. So we delete that, and then we delete this. Nope. Okay, so we know it's not this. All right, so we need some content within the section, of this section just entirely collapses, but it doesn't appear that the color is coming from there. Oh, sorry. So the color is coming from this element, although it's not showing up under computed. But it's absolutely right here. Now, I think it could just be the vertical space. Yeah. Which would mean that it is the section behind, which would be the main, all right? So in other words, this, let me explicitly color it transparent. Background, transparent. Yeah. So it's explicitly transparent. it's explicitly transparent, and it still appears this sort of tan color. And so the reason for that would be that it is actually the element behind it is, oh, I did the wrong thing. The element behind it is the tan one. So if we look in the HTML nesting, we see that this element, who is the parent of this element? Well, it's main. It's main. Now, if I go to computed for main, I don't see a background color here either. So maybe it's the parent of main. And here we see this color is, yeah, that's the linear gradient. So that's where it's coming from. I'm actually going to eliminate that. This is giving me trouble a couple times. It's giving me trouble a couple times at this point, and I don't even think it's a feature that the client actually wants. So if we go to the page wrapper, page wrapper mod CSS, and then I will just nuke that gradient background. Refresh the page. So now the contact section is miscolored. It's miscolored, right? All we have to do though is apply the colored. Are you using a Figma template a client provided? That looks nice design. So there's no Figma template here. This is just a design that I built like myself and then collaboratively edited with the client. Are you making it mobile responsive now? Later tonight, not just yet, at the end of the stream. Stay tuned. So this is miscolored because there was actually a colored gradient from the wrapping component. But now I'm going to explicitly color it. But actually it's going to remain white. It's going to remain white. Because we want to go color white, color white. So it is the areas of practice that should be colored now. Cool. So here is a 2-column row. We're on the index page. So colored, yeah, is colored is true. I'm going to remove this, bam. And then I expect that this turns white. It does, great. So 2-column row, I'm going to add the is colored to the next element, right? So now it should be colored, so white, colored, white, colored, white. And then the footer is also just white. I guess that could be a follow-up question for the client, like, do they want a colored footer? The issue, let's add a follow-up question here. So there's a couple issues here. One, don't ask the client a question if you don't want the answer. So if I can just like let it be white and if that's cool, then that's going to be ideal. The other issue is that I don't think the pages consistently have the same number of sections. So let's test that. So here it is colored white, and then in theory the footer would be colored. But I think if we go to another page, the pattern's broken. So here it's colored white, right? So then it's properly white here. It's properly white here. And then services, colored white, and then in theory it would be colored here. Okay, so it's kind of like 2 in 1. It's 2 in 1, right? I am happy to let it remain white. I don't think this looks bad. It's not supposed to be, so with the colored white, the idea is like catch your eye to the title and then the follow-on content. I don't really need to catch your eye to the footer. It's not really supposed to be like an eye catcher. So because it's 2 in 1, I feel fine leaving it white. If it was like all 3 of them, it was wrong, I might do a double take. Even then, I might not care, frankly. I would have removed that Google map. It looks ugly, but it helps SEO a lot. Yeah, it's also just a feature that helps the users. So the point of this website is to tell people like where her business is. So yeah, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's really useful in addition to the SEO. Okay, so on the About page, I need to go add the colored section over here. I got this great reusable component, so adding the colored section is just a matter of adding a property is colored true. So let's go to the About page. Shout out to Next.js. Pages make pages brain dead easy. I just go pages about. There's your About page. I love it. All right, so is colored true? Save it. I'm expecting to see a colored. Oh, did I put it on the wrong one? Yeah, okay. This is why it's important to declare your expectation. It's kind of like test-driven development. So I was expecting the contact background would be colored, and it's not. I put it on the element above. So that's my bad. So let's go over here, contact component. Can I drop it right here? And that doesn't work. So this could theoretically be a problem, but in practice it's just fine, which is that content component is being used in different places. Only by coincidence is it okay that it's always a tan background. Only by coincidence. But I'm going to take advantage of that coincidence. So here is colored true. No, I cannot use that. Okay, so the contact component is not using my, my reusable two-section component. And that's really sad. I think contact component, I think I created it before I created this reusable component. So I could re-implement it using the two-column row. Let's see how much work that would be. And really, no, it's too, because I have the ID here that's doing some extra stuff. Let's test it. Let's test it. Okay, so if this ends up being too much work, I'm just going to undo it. But we will test it for now. Okay, so here, going to grab the map component for the left. So here's content left. Okay. And then content right would be all of this stuff. Let's see, make sure I have the right number of divs. H2, it'll be the React fragment. So all the way to the end of the fragment, that's right there. No, it's even including the parent of the fragment. So the parent of the fragment is this div, and then we have this div, and then we have the third div. Yep. So I will be taking 2 or 3 of them. Can't quite tell. Let's drop it in there and see if it errors. So here's the content on the right-hand side. I'll paste that. We're going to comment all of this now erroring legacy content. The section, yeah, even the section. The section's an interesting case because I'm using a ref and an ID. And so this is why it could be highly problematic. But I'm going to try dropping that onto the two-column row and see if it works. Okay, so it's complaining that it must have one parent element. So let's do a single React fragment, which is the parent of the divs here. Nope, it's mad about that. Why is it mad about that? Okay. There we go. Okay, so this compiled, but it might look terrible. Oh, I need to import the two-column component into, yeah. Cool, so import that component. It doesn't look that bad, actually. It does need some tweaking. I think the main question is going to be whether the contact button works. Cannot read properties of null, reading scroll into view. Yeah, so the ref section is failed out. So here's the ref, use ref. It's attached to the two-column row, so I can't ref it. Now, this is actually not that big of a deal because I can ref this right-hand div. Let's see if that works. Cannot read properties of null. Oh, did I forget to copy over the ref? Ref section. Yeah, okay. Give it a refresh. And it scrolls us down. So it's not really the section tag anymore. I'll call it the contact anchor instead of the contact section ID. Give me contact anchor ID. Yeah, I think that's fine. I do value the whole reusable component thing. So cool. Does that shrink this component? It might shrink this component, which would be a win. Yeah, drops it about 5 lines. And I think more importantly, it makes the style more consistent. Okay. So here, what I need to do now is I need to fix a couple things. So this will have no padding, which is an option. It is an option. Oh, and it will be colored. Okay. So on the About page, nope, this is the home page. Colored white. So it should be white on the home page. Great. Okay, so we just need to pass it as a prop. Cool. So is colored default to false. And then down here, is colored. All right, so, and then is padded. I think it's is padded. And we will make that false explicitly, non-variable. So that should fix the map. Yeah, I think that fixed it, right? And then the other thing is the alignment over here, which is not a big deal. So we can fix that too. Let me double check now the About page. Okay, looks good. And I just need to, in the case of the About page, we're going to pass it as colored. Cool. And now I got the color that I want in a sort of reusable way. White, colored, white, colored, and then white. Services FAQ does not have a contact. Now if I click contact, the scrolling failed. The scrolling failed. I don't know if you saw that. So if I'm already on the page, boom. The scrolling is failing. Let's see if I have any errors on the console. Okay, so the use ref is not working actually. Ref section, let's debugger this. Okay, should scroll is false. Correct, you should not. Now I'm going to click About. Why is, okay, should scroll is false. Good. Now if I click contact, should scroll should be true. So should scroll is still false. Window location hash include, okay. No, it totally makes sense, sorry. It's because I renamed the anchor, contact section ID. Yeah, the code is right and I am wrong, cool. I actually love it when that happens. So what I need to do is update my nav, top nav. I'll tell you one thing that I'm doing that's a really poor practice is that I'm squishing together a bunch of commits, right? So I'll break up these commits at commit time. in theory, these are all different concerns, even though they're kind of all like just fixes related to client request. Now this is true. Oh, it's still false. Okay, that's fine because I wiped it out. And let me take the debugger away. Debugger now commented. So when I click this, I'm expecting to jump down. Love it. Okay, great. So we resolved that issue. So let's go ahead and commit a few things. So one would be the contact component. What did we do here? What we did here is we use reusable row for contact component and make color a pass-through. What else do we do? We can pair this together with the about page because basically all I did is pass-through is colored there. I think that's going to be fine. The top nav goes with. The index really has kind of a few changes. Let's see. So I'm going to commit that one differently. I'm going to commit that one differently. Global CSS, we're going to commit that one differently. And the map component will commit that one differently. Okay, and make color a pass-through and color for about page. Cool. So we can commit those. Now with the map component, as well as with the index, this is the line item that is a feature because it's a feature because it's a client change request, which was remove doctor. Remove doctor from what? From the footer, basically. That was done as a so remove doctor from map. Remove doctor from map. Okay, so we're pushing all those, and then what I want to do next is the theme, like alter theme. I want to do that all as one commit. So let's make sure that that's done. Okay, so we're keeping up with our to-do list. Drop Timberwolf from theme. And the other thing we need to do is fix contact component text alignment. But she has us updating the contact component content here, so I'll just do that kind of like together. So this is for the contact section. Could you align the map with the top part of the text? I'll think about what that means later. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what that means. Cool. So that's all going to be kind of a group of things. And then is the white footer okay? I'm not even going to ask if they you know, if they say, hey, I don't like the white footer, we'll change it. But I'm not going to suggest a change because I think it's fine. Cool. Cool, cool. Drop Timberwolf from theme, alternate white and Isabeline backgrounds. So this comprehensive psychiatric for adults is the hero section. This is the other one. We need to make it the Isabeline color. Hero. Before I do that, let me make sure I'm not missing any questions or comments. Looking good, Brent Harris says. Thank you, Brent. Durvariox says, mind checking out a small project of mine. It's a Next app, and it could be very useful. It's using AI to generate code from text description. Also, I would love a 2-minute distraction. Let's check it out. You are not signed in. Boo. Code to explanation. Fix invalid code. Sign in to fix code. Results may vary. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So it takes this invalid code and it fixes it. That's cool. Get language from code. JavaScript. Whoa. Here for this. Okay. Let's say def Ds. Print nah. Does it know that that's Python? Sign in, sign in. Okay, you've convinced me to sign in. I will sign in. I will sign in with Google. Take all my data. Take all of my data. Haha, yeah, it figured it out. Hell yeah. Durvariox, you are awesome. Good job. I'm going to hang on to this. Let's see. Translate languages, regex description, generate HTML from description. The other thing that I want to do is I want to be able to put the transcript of a big YouTube video that I don't actually want to watch the whole YouTube video. I want to drop the transcript and then have an AI turn it into like, you know, like 1 page or less of text, so like a blog article, or like 1 to 10 paragraphs. So that would be nifty, and I feel like this might be able to. This is very close to being able to do that. Okay, that was a fun distraction. I'm going to hang on to that. Right, this color right here. It's the hero section. So we have a hero header module CSS, and there's the color, and we simply need to change it to this Isabeline color. This one. Cool. So, and I think it looks much better, don't you? So here is prod, and compare that with this. I think it looks much better. Yeah, W. Okay, comprehensive psychiatric services for adults. Let's see. And we are, all of the headers should be the same color now, as opposed to the previous situation where the first header was a little different. I do have the concern now, right, that it's almost like we're trying to make the titles consistent in style, but they're still not, because the homepage text is bigger. Whatever. I'm not going to raise issues. But if I was on a call with them, I would be like, hey, do you want me to like make this look the same as the other ones? So I think this is looking good. I think that takes care of that requirement. Okay, so let's commit this. Drop Timberwolf from theme. Or, yeah. And then the... I think it looks better utilizing white space more. I think I agree with you, depending on what you mean, but I think I agree with you. So this will be style, colon, use Isabeline. I'm not going to be able to spell that. Drop Timberwolf from theme. Let's go... how do you spell Isabeline color? Isabeline. So this is use Isabeline. Drop Timberwolf from theme. Cool. Commit and push. Hey, thanks for being here. Thank you all for the likes. And just another reminder, if you're on TikTok, if you visit YouTube or Twitch, you will be able to see the whole screen. All right, so what is next? Let's do the Favicon Color. It's going to be easy. Quick and easy. Favicon, yeah. So here's the generator I used before, and just HK. And then here's the new color, Isabelline. We'll put the hex. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So there's the hex. Oh no, that's the font color. Sorry, I just want white. Yeah. And then background rounded sounds good. Font size, I think we did 85. Yeah. And then this open sans. Open sans. LMNOP. Open sans. It's a little bit harder to read now, isn't it? So what if we change the font color to black? Yeah, the sort of the straight black is a bit abrasive. Here I am talking like I'm a designer when I'm not. Yeah, I think this works as a favicon, don't you? Okay, great. Do you know how to create a game? I do. I'm not going to be doing that right now, though. Bam. All right, so we'll download this. It gives us a whole zip package. This favicon generator, I give it all the recommendations. It'll give you the Android version, the Apple version, etc., etc. So all I have to do is unzip it. And I don't even need these because they haven't changed. I just need the files. We'll be overwriting. Now, Windows will lie to you because Windows has an icon cache. But if I right-click and I go to Properties, I should be able to see that the favicon has actually changed. What if I edit? No, it didn't work. Something didn't work. Let's see. Did I have two? Did I have like an old favicon package? I'm going to extract to pzip extract to a child folder. I might have had an old favicon io.zip in my downloads. I don't think that I did, but it might have happened. So let's move this over here. Bam. And this says 25th. Today's the 25th, right? 24th. Oh, weird. So this was actually made in the future, so that's cool. And if we edit, yeah, it's the lighter color. Yeah. So I don't know, something weird happened. But now, in theory, if I copy these and paste here, replace the files, yeah. So I think, and then you see the favicon ICO says the Git icon is saying that, oh, it's changed, but the Windows is saying it hasn't changed. Who to believe? Let's check the web server. So if I come here, refresh the page, and the favicon has in fact updated. So I'm going to trust the web server over Windows. This happened to me before. Windows was just like lying to me. Tap the screen, gold 5K. Hey, thank you so much, Omar. When you are going to do it? When am I going to make a game? Let's see. Try and build some requests. If you can get, you know, 5 or 10 people that are like, hey, John, build a game, then I'll build a game. But if it's like one person, my intuition is saying like in the fall or the winter or even next year, like not really soon. What are you developing? A professional psychiatric site. Okay, cool. So this should be the favicon update. So yeah, let me delete this temporary foo folder. Come over here, refresh, and this will be feet. Oh no, it's kind of style. I don't know, style, favicon color change. This one we will keep an eye on and make sure that Netlify updates it. Are you a web developer or a programmer? I mean, both. I go by software engineer in my day job, but I do all the above. There's not a huge difference. The differences are overblown. All right, so what's up next? Contact section. So this is kind of a different item, the request a consultation. Yeah, that'll be kind of a different item. So we want to do location first. Has any of the text actually changed? San Vicente, Los Angeles, 90048. 90048. Suite 520, do I have that? Suite 520, yeah. Same number, info at hcalendarian. Same phone, info at hcalendarian. Hacking IRS using CSS Elite. You got it. Tech stack. So we are using Next and Netlify. And in fact, it's open. There's an open template, and it's called Next Netlify Psychiatric. By the way, if you're on TikTok, I'll just remind you that YouTube and Twitch, you can see the full screen. So I encourage you to check that out. Over 2.7K likes, 5K goal. I'm loving it. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are awesome. So it looks to me like the text has not changed for the location section. What about for the contact us? I was under the impression there was a contact update. To request a consultation, please click on the link below to fill out a pre-screening. To request a consultation, please click on the link below to fill out a pre-screening form, which will help us determine if my practice model can provide the best option for the type of care that you may need. My practice model can provide the best option for the type of care that you may need. So that seems the same. Maybe has this line changed? I look forward to meeting you and exploring your mental health journey together. I look forward to meeting you and exploring your mental health journey. So it seems the content has not changed. Let me double check the email. Maybe, and then location is first. So maybe the only change, quote unquote, in the content is just the order. Maybe that was the point. For the contact section, could you align the map with the top of the text? Could you also put the location info first? Yeah, it appears that, okay. I was thinking that there were maybe like 3 changes, but she was just demonstrating the order reversal. Okay, great. So let's reverse the orders. Control P, contact component, the HK Psych version. So what I would like to do is grab this location div, cut it. Oops, sorry, I took too many divs. Grab this location div, cut it, and drop it above the contact us div. So prod has the legacy order and localhost has the new order. Okay, order done. Cool. Cool. So I need to fix the alignment still, and then could you align the map with the top part of the text? What does it mean? What does it mean? I might have to align the map with the top part of the text. I might have to get her on the phone to confirm what she means. Maybe she wants padding. Maybe she wants map padding so that The top of the map. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the most literal interpretation, so I'll go for that. Okay. So it said is padded false. Let me delete that. So now I have, is that all she meant? So the word location will be even with the top of the map. I will take the top margin down to 0 rem. That basically solves it, I think. Okay. This is my interpretation of what she said. But if I misunderstood, that's fine. We can just do another edit. You do want to keep these edits to a minimum, right? It's not great to just do edit, edit, edit. That is dead even. It's dead even. Cool. You know, I think I might do the mobile. If I'm going to have to like send her an email and then wait for feedback, I might have to do more edits anyway, so I might have to stream that anyway. So I might do mobile work in a different stream, or I might keep it to like 20 minutes tops of mobile optimization. I think that sounds good. 10, 20 minutes of mobile optimization will be good. Cool. So this is looking great. And I just need to fix the alignment, right? Align the map with the top part of the text, fix contact component, yeah. And then we will be to the request consultation and update mobile. So this will be up to 20 minutes. End of stream. Cool, and we're getting to the end of the list. Love that. So, yeah, this should just be a matter of finding the proper parent element and attaching like text align left. Yeah. Game over. Did you see that? That's like a one shot. That's like you're like playing Call of Duty and you just snipe them. Get sniped. CSS snipe. Get sniped by CSS rules. Okay, so this would be the contact anchor ID element. Like in theory, I could style off of this ID, but I really hate mixing concerns like that because this is the logical ID. The purpose of it is to anchor the ref. Do I have a global rule for this? I would prefer that. Text align left. I can just make a single atomic style. That would be great. So we'll do text align. This is basically what Tailwind does. Is you have atomic styles like this that are self-describing. Like one CSS class does one discrete rule, or it does something really specific. And I love that. Now Tailwind will use these like abbreviations that are sometimes a real pain in the ass. It's like, can you just spell it out? But I get it because developers don't want to spell it out. So I think that worked, right? And we can so we can validate this. If I delete the class name, the style should vanish. It should go back to centered. Yeah. So we know that the class is efficacious as a global style. Okay, so this looks great. Let me just kind of glance around the site and do a sanity check, but at this point we are looking good. Looking good, looking good. Got the text lined up with the map. I believe that's what she requested. Services FAQ. This is all looking great. Contact page still pops me down to the bottom. Love it. So what is the change here? The change here is, there's a style element and a feature element. Really, it's if you consider layout to be a matter of style, which arguably it's not because it's not CSS, but arguably it is because it's still like visual appearance. So I'm going to put this all under the conventional commit style prefix, and this will be layout change, like minor layout change within contact component. Layout's a weird thing because it is and it isn't a style concern at the same time. But especially with CSS Grid, they are really taking ownership of that scope, and I'm not mad about it. Okay, cool. Now, by this time, let's double check Netlify, make sure that all the deploys have been working. So here's Netlify. You can see we have the open source, and then we also have, for this particular site, last published 10 minutes ago. And what I would like to do, I would like to see my favicons. And so an ordinary F5 does not update the favicon. I will right-click, empty cache, and hard reload. Site can't be reached. That's less than ideal. Let me drop the anchor, and the favicon is updated. Okay, so the hash seems to break the DNS. That's really weird. I might want to change it from a here. I might want to change it from a hash to a query param. But I will do this. This will be post stream. Post stream. Test hash breaks. Test hash breaks DNS. If so, change to query param. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it one more time. Let's try it one more time. What was it? Contact anchor ID. Okay, so that didn't break it, but what if I empty cache and hard reload? Okay, it did not break it. Yo, that freaked me out. That should not have happened. What if I do an incognito window? Okay, it's just a blip. I think it's because Netlify was deploying it at that time. Ugh, that was unsettling. Okay, I think we're good. Cool. So Favicon's updated, so I'm happy. Yeah, we can see it changed from 10 minutes ago to 2 minutes ago, so I think I might have hit it right during deployment. Okay, this is all looking good. No active changes to speak of, right? And then, so what I need to do next, and this will be the last thing before we go to mobile optimization. For the services text, could you update it to the below? I just consolidated the two parts to avoid repetition. Initial psychiatric evaluation. Okay, what do I have currently? Initial psychiatric evaluation. Okay. I think this, yeah, I see what she means by two parts. There's this and this. So, yeah, so she kind of squished it together. Okay. Yeah, that totally makes sense. So there's the money and then the text right after. So is there any actual change in the text? The initial evaluation does not. Okay, so she broke that into two paragraphs. it looks like all the same text. Yep, okay, it's all the same text, but she split a paragraph, and maybe I missed it, maybe it was there the whole time. The initial evaluation, this should be its own paragraph tag. So we want to close other tabs, it's getting a bit noisy. We want to go to the services page. And this will be its own paragraph. Cool. Right? Initial psychiatric evaluation, ages 18 and above. Is that the same? Okay, so she changed it. It's not just a plus icon. Ages 18 and above. Easy, easy. Cool. Initial psychiatric evaluation, ages 18 and above. Great, very straightforward. And then a 60-minute comprehensive, yada yada. Ooh, so there's the $600 is in the middle of it. Is that right? No, it's at the top. Okay, that makes more sense. I was kind of like, that's weird. Follow-up visit for ages 18 plus. We changed to the parenthetical. Follow-up visit, ages 18 and above. Follow-up appointment. Follow-up visit, follow-up appointment. Okay. Cool. So follow-up visit, ages 18 and above. A 30-minute follow-up. Should there not be the dashes? A 30-minute follow-up. Okay. We will sick. Let it be as it was given. So it's the same text literal. Great. We just now delete the fees section and move the dollar amounts up, each their own paragraph. Very simple. Excuse me. So here would be the 300. This should be the follow-up, I believe. And here would be the 600. For the initial eval. Initial eval. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so that looks a little bit goofy, so I need to fix that spacing. It's the zero margin top that is ruining it. Okay. Bam. Cool, I think it looks great, don't you? And I like that it's shorter now because it sort of like increases the affordance. I guess it was there originally, wasn't it? But it increases the affordance that you should scroll down because it sort of gives you this like partial of the frequently asked questions. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all there. Like, don't overthink it. I think that's all there was to it. So let's do up to 20 minutes. I think we're going to make it 15. So we have 15 more minutes in today's stream. And let's do some mobile optimization. And so this will be feet consolidate content. I'm so excited to launch this bad boy. Okay. So let's throw the DevTools into mobile emulation. Yeah, we can immediately see some problems, right? So in mobile emulation, these, or like on a mobile screen, these should not overlap this way. So this should be above. Is it as easy as dropping flex? Yeah, almost. Let's see. So if I drop flex, that's a big win. And if yeah, so let's drop flex and come over here and so that screws it up. Is this still computed as a display block, and then this one is still a flex. Yeah, so the whole page wrapper is still a flex, and I would like it to be so. I could switch to column. Instead of dropping flex, I could switch to column. Are you streaming this in Twitch too, or only here? I'm also on Twitch, and I'm also on YouTube. Gotta do it for Zoe. Thanks for asking. Yeah, check me out on YouTube or Twitch. You can see the full screen. Okay, so we can also flex direction and switch it to column, which is a column reverse. Interesting. Are you talking to anybody on the other end of that headset? Brandon, no, I'm not. I am talking to viewers on other platforms. So I'm streaming to like Twitch and YouTube and TikTok and LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, like all at the same time. So it gets kind of goofy, right? Because it's like, who is he talking to? So there's no one on my headset. It's people on different platforms. So I think the column looks best, either drop flex or go for the column. But there's a slight alignment problem here that's really bugging me. And it's because the H, okay. So what we can do here is alter the margin. Yeah, we want to alter the margin. Margin auto's not the vibe. Why is it overflowing the container as well? Somehow it's being shifted to the left. Margin left, margin right. Yeah. Okay, so let's alter the, yeah, it's the flex end. That could work if we just add some vertical margin between the best psychiatrist ever and the home button. The question is, do we want to align them or not? So it seems that it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to align them, right? That's what it's seeming like. I guess there's two approaches. So yeah, let's just not, I do want to align them. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to make this difficult. I know. So padding 0, margin 0, justify content, flex start, flex end. What if I display it as a block? Display block. Why is it in the middle? Width, yeah. 100%. Look, it's not going the 100%, the width, because of max width rule. Yeah. Max width 100%. Okay, cool. He's even streaming on MySpace. That would be awesome. Ooh, did I get it? Dang, it was so close. What is accounting for that slight something there? There's like a very slight offset, and I don't know why. Okay, that's just because it's flex end, right? Ooh, no, this is correct actually. Okay, now I want the text align left. So you can see within the UL, the home text is floating right. That is what's causing the problem. So, okay, because it's an anchor, so it's not following. Bruh, it's almost like I should just have like a whole different UL for mobile. It's not wrapping. Yeah, thanks for the suggesting. It's really floating. It's floating the wrong way. This LI. Oh, I see. I thought maybe you were one of Dr. LaFont's patients and this was sort of some kind of episode. Awesome. Love it, love it. Maybe I am. You don't know. Maybe this is all a sham. Ego Boyo, what's up, what's up? Do I have a specified width there? How is that width being calculated? It's just due to the text size, isn't it? Yeah, see, now home is aligned. Okay, top nav float right is the enemy. On mobile. Top nav float right is the enemy on mobile. All right, so top nav. Here's the top nav component, top nav, module, float right. Yeah. I almost feel like I should change the class name to like float right desktop or something. Because one would think that float right just always floats right. Yeah, it literally needs to flip direction on mobile. Float right desktop. I'm going to call it float right desktop. Is it a stupid name? Sure. Sure it is. But it'll make it more apparent what's going on. So float right desktop. And let's add our breakpoint. So here we go. This is the mobile breakpoint that I'm using. 991 is based off of Bootstrap. Margin left auto will move some content to right when using Flex. How come you're not using Sass? I'm not using Sass because I don't feel like it. Yeah, Sass is great. I just didn't feel like it, setting it up and stuff. This starter, so I picked a starter that did a lot of stuff for me, and it didn't do that, and I didn't feel like implementing it. So you kind of pick your best fit starter, and you got to weigh your, you got to look at the features available and weigh the pros and cons, because you're trying to optimize for quality, but also for the best use of your time. Okay, so float right desktop, this is the rule here. And we're literally flipping it from margin left to margin right. Yep, and then we also want to edit the flex direction to column. Let's see. Oh, it was the max. It was the max width, wasn't it? Okay, let's refresh this, wipe out all that garbage. One thing that we know that we want to do is we want to make the top nav flip over to, flex direction column in this case. Cool. So we know that these are all good moves that we have now persisted after playing around a bit. This has something still wrong with it. I think it's the max width. And then let's also test the width. So we've adjusted those. Nope, still something is wrong. So here within home, oh, the margin left. It is simultaneously doing margin. Okay, yeah. I need to explicitly clear. I need to explicitly clear the margin left. Yeah, margin right doesn't override margin left, so it's doing both. So this is still bad. What's going on now? And that is we do margin right 100%. That would be just as valid as what was the other thing? Oh. Or I could do the justify content flex start. No. We can do margin right 100%, or I could tell it to take up the full width. I think this margin right 100% is more intuitive. Cool. So this will be the UL element float right desktop. Rough menu and media screen use hamburger menu. Yeah, that's true. Let's see if we change it over to a hamburger. I just don't want to do an overlay. I don't want to have to like go bug test that the overlay didn't fuck everything up. I like your idea about a hamburger menu. It's just more work. So what I'll do is I'll float the idea to my client, but I'm gonna have to charge. I'm gonna have to charge for it. But it's a good idea, so I'll suggest it. Let's see. I'll float that as a 3-hour upgrade. It might, I don't know. That's, kind of conservative. But I do want to give these bad boys some underline. Yeah. And then I also want to add some margin. So, text decoration underline. What are you making? I am making a professional psychiatrist website. Cool, so now we have the underlines. I think the links look better. And let's give it some margin. Just a couple rem. I think, yeah, okay, 1 rem. 1 rem is good enough. I think this works. It's not the Ritz. It's not the Ritz, but it works. And I know that my my contact anchor still works, and I don't have to refactor that. If I add an overlay, I think I'm gonna have to refactor that. But that's okay. If they want to pay for it, we'll do it. I think this looks pretty good. Maybe I could drop some of the top margin there, get some real estate back. I think we're like micro optimizing at this point. This is too big though, that's for sure. Yep, so we can take it down to, let's see. I like this 1.6. Nope, active menu color missing. Active menu color missing. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. This is really good from a design perspective. These are really good things that you're saying. Okay, let me write it down. For active menu link color. I think I'll probably throw that in over here too. That's a good idea. Okay. So, right, this is too big is what I was saying. And I think this margin top, yeah, we can eliminate that. Cool. So 2 things to get some real estate back. That's pretty good. Here in the H1 title. Okay, so we'll grab these. And the font would be, I think it was 1.6 rem. Yep. And refresh the page, and then this gap is too big, so where is it coming from? The Meet Dr. K JPEG. Meet Dr. K JPEG. Okay, here it is. This is the style. Let's extract it to a class. This will be the index. So, yeah, I need to create a component in that case. Okay. 2-column row, so this will be like, what do I call this? Like Meet Dr. K component. Yeah. Okay, we'll call it that. Meet Dr. K. Meet the doctor.js. Meet the doctor. And then we have meet the, or I think short, yeah, short about. I like this concept of the short about component. Oh, that's already being used here. Okay. So currently, I say that the short about is the right content. So here's the right content. This is the short about. I will just make the entire thing the short about. Cool. So we'll cut that, paste it here, and then I'll cut this, go to the short about, and all of this stuff goes right there. Cool, that was a fairly painless refactor, yeah. 2-column rows not defined. Okay, so we'll bring in the 2-column row inside of the short about. Cool, and so this, see you later, Sudrocks. Really, really great design tips. Am I following you? I should be following you. Yeah. All right, I followed you, so you can keep me on my toes from a design perspective. See you later. Cool. So pretty painless refactor there, and now I can add a style module. So this is the short about, and now I will create the short about.module.css. This will empower me to take this style into a CSS rule, and then I can create a breakpoint for mobile in CSS instead of having to do like a weird like mobile breakpoint hook, which is a terrible thing if we can avoid it. Cool. So this is the class name, and so here the class name will be Meet Dr. Pick. I'll call it Meet Dr. Pick. It almost sounds like their name is Dr. Pick. Oh wells, no bigs. So we'll extract this CSS over here, margin top, and change it over to kebab, which is the CSS syntax. Cool. And so this, we should see no change. Oopsie, we already see a change, so that's bad. So refresh the page here. Yeah, so the object position has been lost. Let's inspect this element. Yep, the object position should be applied to the image. It's just utterly not applied. Let's see. Maybe I need to reopen, like kill the server and restart the server. I feel like that should not be necessary. It is a new module file though. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I'm doing style modules. Sorry, I thought I was doing real CSS for a minute. So I need to camel case the style rule, meet Dr. Pick, and then I need to import the style sheet over here. You know what? Let me see if I can do it that way. I think this is not going to work, but let's test it, because if it works, I'll be happy. So I need to import styles from short about.module.css, short about.module.css. Refresh the page over here. Localhost is taking a minute. Okay. Yeah, because I tried to kill the server and then it just lagged and finally died, so. Good old Windows. All right, so we're back. And the styles did not apply. They didn't even try to apply. It's not like they were superseded. It's because they're within a module, so they weren't even contacted. What if I do this? Still does not work, right? Yeah, that's okay. It's modules. It's not normal CSS, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so the class name is not meet Dr. Pick. The class name is the module hash. And then this is also not going to work, but I'll try it because I'm only going to do the stupid camel case as a last resort. And the meet Dr. Pick hash is there. Invalid property value. Yeah, okay, so that actually worked. They're just mad about the property values being in quotes. Cool. So I'll take my half of a win. At least I get my dash case over here. I'm cool with that. Okay, so the margin top is being superseded somehow. Margin top is yeah, the two column row image wrapper image is taking precedence. No problem. So we will, is it a wrapper or is it the image itself? Yeah, it's the image itself. So we will do like this. Cool. Did we win? Did we win the fight? I think we won the fight. I think this is what I wanted, right? Let me double check prod. I think this is what we were going for. Oops, where's my construction pass? Did I lose it? Okay, I got it over here in my email somewhere. It's yeah, tall lady. Okay, great. So this is basically preserving the prior style. And now what we want to do is switch over to mobile and drop the excessive top margin. Yeah, and then one might argue to just completely eliminate the image on mobile, but I think I'll leave it, and I will eliminate this other one because I feel like that's less important. And that will be the mobiles. So here's the margin top 4.8. So let's add our breakpoint. here's our breakpoint. Grab this style rule, put it within the breakpoint, and the margin top will be 0. Refresh the page, and in this case, it will persist. So we got some margin top over here, less margin top on mobile. Bam, bam, bam. Breakpoints for the win. Cool, so it looks a lot better, I think. And then let's increase this width. Just, again, in the spirit of preserving real estate, right? What if I just take all that padding off? Yeah. With padding. So with padding, this is the row, I think. Yeah. With padding row. And you can see I like to place where possible, and it's not always technically possible, but where possible I like to put my CSS rules in alphabetical order just to help make them easier to look up. Okay, so here we got all of our padding. It's looking good. Just kind of regression testing, desktop. In theory, it should not be a problem because we're wrapping everything in breakpoints, but I just want to be sure. Hey, 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 it looks pretty good. Now let's switch it over to mobile, and we're looking at all the different pages, not just the home page we've been working on. All right, so the footer's kind of goofed, but this really has nothing to do with all the stuff we've been doing, right? So here we'll just add padding, 1 rem, and that resolves it. So let's go fix that footer component. Footer. Oops, this is the wrong. Yeah. So here's the footer module CSS. Yep, and then padding 1 rem, but this will only be done within a breakpoint. This would be a little cleaner with Sass, the breakpoints. You know, you could just include the breakpoint. Cool. So footer looks good. This all looks good. We're on to the about page. About. I think we're pretty good, right? Request a consult button still works. Home, I got some more real estate for the home page. I still would like a little bit more. In some places the padding helps, in some places it hurts. Let's go ahead and leave it. There is another rule I could edit, I think, that will be more constructive and like affecting the general site less, and that's this, yeah, this. So this 67 thing could make it more like 80. Even 90% on mobile. Yeah, so these 67%. This will probably be the last, yeah, this will be the last thing that I do. Oh, I said I was going to do like 15 minutes of mobile, and it's been like 30 minutes. Boo, tomato. So this is a short about. Great. So we can, yeah, we can throw it into a module. Margin auto left 67, auto left 67. So because this is duplicated, I'm actually going to put it into the global style. So what will I call this thing? I will call it a 2/3 column. We'll call it a 2/3 column. And then here we'll also do a class name 2/3 column. Close all these tabs. We'll open the global styles. Before I edit it, I want to go confirm everything looks terrible. Ew, it's so terrible. Right? And it's also terrible on desktop. Yeah. And then if we inspect, it's doing like the full width, right? So here's the 2/3 column. It's definitely not doing 2/3. So kind of like test driven, 2/3. So here I'll add, so we confirmed it's broken, 2/3 column, confirmed it's broken, and now let's fix it. So we have margin, auto, text, align, left, width, 67%. And now it should look basically like it did before. Yeah. And then we go to mobile and it's like taking up too much real estate, but it's doing the same thing it was doing prior. Now, last step, we'll grab this guy and in mobile only, 2/3 column. Oh, I do also want to do the mobile hidden for that one image. But here we'll take it to like 85 or even 90%. Bam, so now they're wider, right? But it still looks good. We still got the buffer on the sides. It's just a lot less, and I like that. And what we're doing there is we're making the site more vertically compact by reducing our left and right spacing. And because if you're on mobile, you're scrolling. I don't want to make you scroll forever. That's the idea. So that's the mobile optimization there. And I think it still looks great on desktop, and we can confirm that it's still 2/3 on desktop. Yep. Hey, good morning. Well, it's not morning here, but thanks. Where are you that it's morning? I'm in DC area. Technically Centerville, Virginia, Northern Virginia. Okay, so this all looks great. Very last thing is this image right here. I want to vanish on mobile. So this will be mobile hidden. And we can actually apply it to the entire, the entire content, right? So got this handy dandy desk, and now there is no handy dandy desk on mobile. Get more of that real estate back. Boom, pop down, grab a consult, everything's working. Love it. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everyone. That's going to do it for today. Yeah, right, almost dead on 2 hours. So it looks like 1 hour and 55 minutes today. Good stuff. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the participation. I love it. Thanks for all the likes. We got 3.9K likes. Oh, Jordan, Middle East. Wow. Thank you. Double thank you for being here. Awesome. Great to see people from all over the world and from Jordan of all places. All right. Well, talk to you later. Yeah, please like the videos and subscribe all the channels and